Yes, we just had the Premier's first press conference in this role, and he's given us a couple points on the economic outlook and policy. First, he's emphasizing that policy will put the people first. So even though we might be focused very much on GDP numbers, but he points out that's not something top of mind for ordinary people living in China every day, and instead they're really focused on things like income, housing, education, and healthcare. But of course, there's macro policy that is still important, and he emphasizes that China is going to focus on stability. He did say that they're going to push for an overall turnaround in the economic performance and that there will be more room for private sector development, but a lot of the details still remain to be seen. When I asked about systemic risks overall, Premier Li Qiang said that policy making will focus on addressing and preventing risks overall. But there's still lots of details that we will see. He also referred to recent reports from like the Central Economic Work Conference, 20th Party Congress reports that are going to be driving policy going forward. So we have a bit of insight into what policy looks like in the days ahead. Back to you.
And Evelyn, you've also been tracking the latest on SVB's impact on Chinese banks. What's the latest that you can tell us?
Right, so SVB as a joint venture in China with the Shanghai Pudong Development Bank. This is a 50-50 joint venture, but what's interesting is that the registered capital of this joint venture is only 7% of the Shanghai Pudong Development Bank's registered assets. So you can see in terms of scale, it's relatively small. This bank has been around for about 10 years, and it's focused on supporting small and medium-sized enterprises, tech innovation. The report saying that it's behind many of the companies that listed in the U.S. that are based in China. But for startups, I think the big concern with SVB is that it has been a way for them to store capital that they've raised from U.S. dollar investors. And we know that that whole ecosystem of IPOs, Chinese companies listing in the U.S., has faced many challenges due to regulation on both sides. So there's concerns about that, but also confidence that as the U.S. regulators address the situation, they'll be able to maintain and retain their assets. Back to you.